Hi Ram, hi Dinesh. Happy birthday Ram. Many happy returns of the day. This is my actually third attempt. ஏன்னா ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைம் நான் என்ன பண்ணேன்னா கிட்டத்தட்ட ஒரு 14 நிமிஷம் பேசிட்டேன். பேசி முடிச்ச அப்புறம் தான் எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு there was something wrong with my mic and I didn't record anything I said. It was like ba action மட்டும். Second time I actually didn't record and I was talking. So third time. And நிறைய தப்பு பண்ணிருந்தேன். So maybe I get a chance to correct some of them. It's a pretty impromptu speech, okay? And I haven't prepared myself for anything like that. So both of you will have to forgive me if I make some mistakes. And I've told myself I'll make it short because எனக்கு தெரியும் தினேஷ் வந்து இந்த ஒரு வாரம் மேலே he's like அலைஞ்சுட்டே இருக்கார் பாவம் நிறைய பேர் வீட்டுக்கு இருக்காரு 2 days back he called me and he was like can you do this and I was like one thing I was totally struck. I was like man, what a guy, what a husband, who does this sort of thing? I mean, who makes this kind of effort after like 4-5 years of marriage nowadays? Especially he's like very busy and he's got his own career, he's got a lot of things to do. He's a father now and still he wanted to do this for you, Ram. That's beautiful, that's totally romantic, and I think he's an excellent husband and an excellent father. So okay, நீ சீக்கிரமாக சொல்ல போகிறேன் ஏன் பர்த்டேடா சும்மா என் புருஷன் வந்து ஏன்டா இவ்வளோ பாராட்டுறேன்னு சொல்ல வர. But maybe you won't tell that because you're also totally in love with him right now, seeing what he's done for you. So I asked Dinesh like எதை பற்றி பேசணும் Dinesh, and he was like just talk about Rampriya, just talk about what she means to you. And I'm like, how can I talk about Rampriya in like 5-10 minutes? It's not possible. I know it wouldn't have been possible even for Radha. She's like I am like the bestest, I'm the longest, I am the greatest friend, நான் தான் அவளுக்கு best friend அப்படின்னு கண்டிப்பாக சொல்லியிருப்பேன். Should probably have quoted some number of years and all that stuff. Me 98, so 14 years, so I don't know. Radha's probably got the numbers on me, but does it really matter? I mean, does it really matter whether it's 14 or 28 or 10 or whatever? I mean, first time when I saw this girl, I didn't know that I was going to be friends with her 14 years later also, that she would become my best ever girlfriend in life. I didn't know that she would mean something so very special to me. I didn't know that I would always think of her first whenever it came to confiding to a person of the other sex about something or checking about something. But I did know the first time when I saw her, I mean, நாங்களாம் உட்காந்துருந்தோம் ஸ்கூலில், and all these DAV girls came in 11th and we were all checking out the girls. You're not my friend, and so I was checking out you too, okay? And we all thought like, hey, பொண்ணு அழகாக இருக்கா, ரொம்ப அழகாக இருக்கா, this girl is good, and we're like, okay, 4-5 பொண்ணுங்க நல்லா இருக்காங்க, Rampriya is one of them. Rampriya is probably the top most one. தினேஷ் அடிக்காத இதுக்கெல்லாம் ஓகே, உன் பொண்டாட்டி சைட் அடிச்சான்ட்டு ஒரு காரில் சைட் அடித்தேன் very briefly till she became my friend, okay? And then yeah, so the first thing I knew as soon as I saw her was I wanted to talk to this girl, I wanted to interact with this girl, I wanted to become friends with this girl, I wanted to be close to this girl. So that I knew then and there. So I think that's where it all started. I mean, it was not just about looks. It was like, see, she is such a warm personality, she's such a welcome personality, she's more welcome nowadays, probably more extrovert. But at that point of then, there was something so innocent about her. I don't know Dinesh, I think you should have met Rampriya then. அப்போ இருந்த Rampriya meet பண்ணணும், because இப்போ இருக்க Rampriya அப்போ இருக்க Rampriya ரொம்ப different. Radha can tell you, her parents can tell you, Rampriya herself probably, I don't know whether she relates to that period, but she was so innocent then, and she was like so warm. She wasn't gullible, but she was always ready to give people a chance. She would give people her attention, she would listen to people, she would never ever shy away from someone just because he was a difficult person or he was a rude person or something like that. She'd be so polite and all that stuff, and that was made it all the more interesting to become friends with this person. That's what I did. Rampriya on the last bench on the girl side, me on the last bench on the guy's side. We would keep talking class teacher நடத்திட்டே இருப்பாங்க. பிரபா சஞ்சீவி மேம், நாராயண் சார், சுஜாயா கோஷ் மேடம் என்னை திட்டுன்னு திட்டிருக்காங்க. ராம்ப்ரியாவோட லஞ்சை ஒரு நாள் எடுத்து அவங்க கிளாஸ் எடுத்து தின்னு முடிச்ச அப்புறம் என்ன தின்னாங்க அப்படின்னு தின்னாங்க. எல்லா டீச்சரையும் திட்டு வாங்கியிருக்கேன் என்னால். Half the time it will be me to blame, and unfortunately there's sometimes when she's got caught at it, and yeah, but she never blamed me. 2 தோசை கொண்டு வருவா. ஷீல் பி லைக் ஸோ தின், என்னவோ ஹேங்கரில் வந்து யூனிஃபார்ம் மாட்டி விட்ட மாதிரி இருப்பான் அந்த காலத்தில். இப்போ இருக்க ஆல் திஸ் பேபி மாம் ஃபிகர்லாம் கிடையாது. அப்போது உடம்புல சதையே இருக்காது இந்த பிள்ளைக்கு. ஷீல் பிங் லைக் 2 தோசை கொண்டு வருவா. அது சாப்பிடவே மாட்டான், வச்சுட்டு போயிடுவா. எப்போ பார்த்தா அப்படியே திருப்பி கொண்டு வருவா. கடைசியில் பாதி நாள் கழிச்சு என்ன ஆகிடுச்சு, அந்த 2 தோசை இன்டர்வெல்லே நானே தின்னு முடிச்சிடுவேன். அவளோட என்டையர் சாப்பாடு கிட்டத்தட்ட நான் சாப்பிட்ருவேன். பாதி தோசை அவள் இருக்கும். அண்ட் தக்காளி தொக்கு கொண்டு வருவேன். தக்காளி தொக்கு, ஓகே, திட் இஸ் தட்ஸ் இட். அண்ட் ஷி வுட் கால் இட் கோஸ்ட் அது என்ன டேஷ்னு எனக்கு அப்போ தெரியாது. கொஸ்து கொண்டு வந்திருக்கேன், கொஸ்து கொண்டு வந்துருக்குவா, அண்ட் I'll be like, கொஸ்து what is that? And it was like தக்காளி தொக்கு. I'm like, this is தக்காளி தொக்கு. அண்ட் அதை வச்சு கிளாஸ் முழுக்க அவளை கிண்டல் அடிச்சு மார்க் வாங்கியிருக்கேன். ஐ ஸ்டில் ரிமெம்பர் தட். அண்ட் நாராயண் சார் ராம்ப்ரியா என்ன பைத்தியம் ஜொல்லு விடுவார். இப்போ பார்த்தாலும் கடுப்பாக இருக்கும். ஆனால் ஓடான கிரேஷியன் ஒன் போவோம், ஜான் கீட்ஸ் போயம்மா கிரேஷியன் ஒன் மேலே ஏஞ்சல்ஸோட பிக்சர்னா இப்போ லைக் ராம்ப்ரியாவை கம்பேர் பண்ணுவார். அது லைக் old guy, stop this. And she be like so embarrassed, shy ஆயிட்டு தலையை குனிஞ்சிருவா, சிரிப்போம், கிண்டல் அடிப்போம். சக்திவேல் சார் another flirt with her. flirt கிடையாது ஆக்சுவலாக. தமிழ் கிளாஸில் இந்த பிள்ளைங்க ஒன்றும் படிக்காமல் சுற்றிட்டு இருக்கோம், இதுங்களுக்கெல்லாம் நல்ல மார்க் போட்டுருவான், இவன் ஹேண்ட் ரைட்டிங் நல்லா இருக்குன்னு சொல்லுவான், போட்டு அதுக்காக கிண்டல் அடிப்போம் and all that stuff. And it was wonderful. And then other things which struck me about school, Karthik Devanik, all these girls wore white saree. I still remember how she looked on that day. She was so thin, but she looked so much the Malu girl. I mean, like on the Vella Badava Kadida, when she came and she was like, she didn't look any different. She and Meenakshi Verma were like, both like Meenakshi Verma was a Malu girl, and Rampriya also looked like her twin sister Mary, looking so beautiful on that day. A lot of things that happened in school. We all got caught, we got into trouble, I got into trouble, and everybody stood with me. Most importantly, she stood with me. There were many people who didn't want to talk to me after that. Many people who thought இனிமே மதனோட ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸாக இருந்தால் நல்லதில்லை, நான் டீச்சர் பிடிக்காமல் போய்டும். பட் மை ஃப்ரெண்ட் stood with me. She was there for me. She never let me down. எவ்ரி டே ஸ்கூல் முடிஞ்ச அப்புறம் நாங்கள் வீடு வரைக்கும் போவோம், சைக்கிள் தள்ளிண்டே போவோம். My house used to be at one point, her house used to be at one point, and then Viji's house used to be at one point. We would go via Viji's house, நிறுத்தி பேசி கிட்டத்தட்ட 2 மணி நேரம் பேசுவோம். Sandrana, இதுக்காகவே we used to like spend 2-3 hours. I don't remember what we used to speak about. I'm sure we used to speak about everything and anything. But it was happy times for us. School முடிஞ்ச அப்புறம் we didn't know where we were gonna go, and I was like, what's gonna happen? We all were like writing in scrapbooks, we're gonna be best friends and this and that, we're gonna let go of each other. In between, me and Rampriya had a fallout as well, and there was a problem, and I was not talking to her, she was not talking to me. But then we got back, and I was a bit harsh. I shouted at her once. She took it, and we got back together and all that. Adukapram, the Rampriya was there in school, and then when she went to Anna Adarsh, we probably had like a much better face of it. I don't know why, because school mattum da Rampriya paathitrana, but once he went to Anna Adarsh, I saw more of Rampriya than the teachers ever saw of her, I'm sure. And like I said, she was such an innocent person in school. And Anna Adarsh for the first 1 year ஒழுங்கா இருந்தாங்க. அந்த second and third yearல Deepthi and Prachi சேர்த்து வச்சு they brought her out of that shell. They brought out everything. I mean, she was always confident and all that, but what they did, I think, mainly is they brought out the adventure in her. They brought out the spirit of adventure in her. She did things which she wouldn't have done before. She did freaky things, funny things, daring stuff, exciting stuff. காலையில் வந்துடுவாங்க, வந்து நான் காலேஜ் போகும்போது என்னை நிறுத்திடுவாங்க, பாதி நேரம் சாவியை வாங்கிப்பாங்க. Meaning, they would stop me and make sure I don't get to college. I would come back with them. We would just have fun in the house doing nothing. They would cook paneer masala, egg burj, chapati, என்னமோ பண்ணுவாங்க. எல்லாத்தையும் நான் சாப்பிடுவேன். நல்லா தான் சமைச்சாங்க அப்போவே. Fair enough. Paneer masala, especially Rampriya used to make it nicely. Then she had a lot of issues, a lot of other issues with other people. And it was great because I was always a guy whom she used to come to with everything. I was always a person whom she used to come to with anything. When she had issues with Deepthi, when she had issues with Prachi, we would talk about it, they would fight, argue. But there was a very important day during that phase. I know what I think you know what I'm talking about, Ram. And I think that's a very important day. I hold that day as very special because God knows, if that day had gone differently, I don't know where any of us would be right now. And we had a lot of fun. I mean, that was a very exciting part generally. நிறைய விஷயம் பண்ணுப்பா, நல்ல கூத்தடிச்சோம், simply to put it. And I still feel very good about those days because we were very, very close during those days. Probably the closest ever then. And then Dinesh, now you know how she is. You know how she is. How she is from MBA and all that stuff. So like I said, school she was like this different person. Another one, but she opened up a lot. But once she went to MBA, that's a transformation. Like in the butterfly, that's it. The butterfly was born right then and there. Once I wrote a letter to Rampriya, I think sometime in 2008 or 9, and I think I mentioned the same thing there. Whatever she is now, this thorough professional, this confident extrovert personality, this total manager types, able to take care of herself and everybody else and lead people. I don't know whether MBA did it to her, or I don't know whether you did it to her, Dinesh. Something happened to her in that SSN, and she is a byproduct of those days now. an excellently confident person who can run things, run shows, take care of people, take charge of people, help out guys, manage people, solve issues, and all that. She's a leader now. She's a very capable leader now. I mean, half the times I'm blown away at seeing this person. I'm like, this my school எப்படி இருந்தாடா அந்த பொண்ணு அவனை இப்ப பார். She's sitting there and telling me what to do, and she's telling the right things, and she's absolutely sure of what she's talking about. And I'm sure even her own parents are like they're taking advice from her on many things, because Rampriya now knows what is to be done, and she can tell people how to do things. It's amazing. And one thing which I've recently felt with Rampriya is like she is very busy. She's got a lot of new friends. She's got a lot of new people. She's got a lot to do in life. Family, எல்லாமே இருக்கு. Many times she doesn't pick up calls. She doesn't have time. But then, when anybody has really needed her, when somebody has really wanted her, when somebody has really been in trouble, she's been there for them immediately. எல்லாத்தையும் தூக்கி போட்டுட்டு she has come there right then and there. And that is what is special about this person. That is the one thing that hasn't changed about this person. The way she goes out to make sure people who are important to her are taken care of in life, have things going on for them in life, that she's there for them when they really need somebody. And right now, one more thing which she brings to the table is she gives them that confidence. She's got that attitude which is like, don't worry about it, everything is going to be right, you are the best person to do things. She imbibes that to you, and she imparts that to you. It's amazing. I mean, there are a lot of people who look up to her right now. There are a lot of people who want her to be with them when they're in trouble right now. That is something special. You don't get that with many individuals, and Rampriya has evolved into somebody like that. So like I said, 14 years before, எனக்கு தெரியாது that this person was gonna become my best ever girlfriend in life, and I'm happy for that. A lot of things have changed in our relationship, in my life. Rampriya has been a very important part in bringing about change in my life. I was on a wrong path, and I still hold her instrumental in bringing me out of there, bringing me to the light. So I owe her that too. But like I said, in these 14 years, the one thing that's been constant in my life, apart from my family and all the other things, as far as friendship and relationships goes, I've been in and out of love and all that other stuff, but the one thing that's been constant is that she has been my best ever girlfriend. She's been my best ever friend. She's the one person whom I wanted to confide in whenever I've been in trouble, whenever I wanted to talk, whenever I wanted to talk anything. I mean, I have no secrets from her. She's probably the one person with whom I have no secrets. And many times, I have also felt that I'm the one person with whom she doesn't have much secrets. Sometimes I've learned that maybe not so. I felt upset about it. I'm very jealous when somebody else gets close to her. But many times she's confided in me things which she wouldn't have confided in to other people, especially me being a guy, she being a girl. But we've talked about things with guys and girls may not talk about, even in very close friendships. And I think that's important, because that just shows how much of trust she has for me. And she just feels she can talk anything and everything to me, share anything and everything to me. I think that is very important. That's very special to me. The feeling that this person really takes you to heart. I think that is very important. And in all these 14 years of life, I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that feeling. I'm grateful for this relationship. I'm grateful for this friendship. I'm grateful for this person called Rampriya Rajendran, who's been a part of my life and who's been my best friend all this while. Thanks, Ganesh, for giving me this opportunity. Thanks a lot. I'm sorry for overshooting the time. I'm really sorry. Couldn't help it. And happy birthday, Ram. Miss you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye. Take care.